we believe that caring for the community means caring about the climate. You might have heard that we announced a pretty bold 12-month, $2 million campaign to do 4 things. Increase climate literacy, turn up the volume on communities of color in the climate conversation, connect everyday people with the resources they need to survive and thrive, and highlight frontline climate justice crusaders of color throughout this year. KBLA Talk 1580 will be bringing you insightful interviews on all of our shows to help raise your climate IQ. Each quarter this year, we will also be hosting free climate events in various communities throughout the city with food, fun, and forward-thinking conversations. Thanks to partners like LADWP, Metro, Caltrans, the Sierra Club, the California Community Foundation, the California Endowment, AQMD, MWD, and more. You'll also be hearing more about a couple of national town halls broadcasting live from Los Angeles, to which you will be invited. And we'll be rolling out a robust social media campaign on all our platforms, as well as an outdoor media campaign, all designed to educate, enlighten, and empower you in our fight for climate justice.
We want cleaner air.
Caring about the community means caring about the climate. At KBLA Talk 1580, we believe that we really can change the world if we care enough. 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 If we care enough.
Hey, so I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes 2 to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light, see the light.
Hey everyone, I just got done recording a video on that thing that, when we've had too many heartbreaks, seen too many red flags, and we just know that this time the person we're getting involved with, we're sure they're going to hurt us. We're sure they're going to ghost us. We're sure they're going to slow fade. We're sure they're going to lie to us. We're sure that they're going to backpedal or do something. And so the video today was about asking each person that may have become a cynic to really measure how much is the baggage and the fear, because you've experienced it so many times. You are certain it's going to happen again. How much do you bring forward and project into the future as opposed to what might be possible? Because in order to have a relationship, we have to suspend our fear for a moment. And we have to actually entertain the possibility that it could be something valuable and wonderful. And if we can do that, we may just find our way to partnership, not for a moment to suggest that you forget or ignore red flags, or that you accept abuse or lower your expectations, but just that maybe you give yourself a breath and ask if maybe they might be okay. Susan Winter for Susan Winter.
Ladies and gentlemen, the VOR, the voice of reason, back in the building with another listener-provided topic. Now, this topic was given to me by one of our all-stars, Attila Phillips out of Houston, Texas. And she sent this topic to me weeks ago. And so I was finally able to, get her to send it to me again because I couldn't get into my email account because I got a new phone. And, you get a new phone, you got to remember all those passwords or create new ones, So I got a chance to look at what she sent. I asked her to send it back to me today. She sent it to me, and I was like, oh, we going with this. Very deep topic. Hopeful versus hopeless. Which one are you? Hope deferred. Is your hope for the ideal relationship making you sick? Heavy stuff. I said, what, Attila? She said, yes, sir, Unc. We about to cook with grease. I said, what kind? She said, grapeseed oil. I said, hey, let's do this. Hopeless versus hopeful. Which one are you? Hope deferred. Is your hope for the ideal relationship making you sick? What's your ideal relationship? And why is it constantly evading you? 1-800-920-1580. I want to talk to everybody. I want to talk to the nation tonight, especially Los Angeles. The number to dial, you have a personal invite, VIP invite, Los Angeles. The number to dial is 1-800-920-1580. Here's some questions. Is it possible to maintain objectivity while longing for connection? Longing, hoping, desiring, wishing. Is it possible to maintain objectivity while longing for connection? At what point can hope in finding your ideal relationship become a heart sickness? Wow. Do you know how many? I know why she sent me this topic. Oh, Lord. Do you know how many people? We'll get into that in a second. At what point can hope in finding your ideal relationship become a heart sickness? What are some of the symptoms of heart sickness due to a deferred hope of the right/ideal person or relationship? Do you find yourself becoming a cynic? After so many disappointments, after so many letdowns, after so many heartbreaks, do you find yourself going, you know what? Oh, God, Disney lied. At what point do you give up hope? 1-800-920-1580. Get to your phone lines right now. Get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. I want to know. What personal responsibility do you have in creating your own heart sickness condition? Why do you believe your hope of the ideal relationship has been deferred? Sheesh. Gosh. Is hoping for the perfect relationship, the ideal relationship, the ideal person, the ideal situation, the ideal circumstance, is that equivalent to hoping you're going to win the Mega Millions tomorrow? 1-800-920-1580. I'm interested to know. Right? How have your unhealed wounds and or attachment styles, maladaptive attachment styles, contributed to your inability to find and or maintain your ideal relationship? Yeesh. We got questions. What role does societal pressure play in shaping our hope for the ideal relationship? How does the media influence our perception of what an ideal relationship should be? And are you that weak to let social media tell you who you should be relating? Oh, here we go. 1-800-920-1580. Can the obsessive hope for the ideal relationship be a form of escapism from other areas of your life? What are the potential consequences of constantly yearning for the ideal person or relationship? Oh, Lord. When I come forward, the voice of reason, I'm going to the phone lines. I want to hear your thoughts. Let's get this national discussion popping.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
At KBLA Talk 1580, we do Black history every single day. In fact, as the only Black talk radio station west of the Mississippi, we are Black history. Our annual Black History Month luncheon is fast approaching, and we want to be sure to give you ample time to get your company, organization, church, or group to join us at this year's celebration on the last day of the month, Thursday, February 29th at noon. Last year, we honored iconic local Black media personalities, including Pat Harvey, Jim Hill, Mark Brown, Beverly White, Sandy Banks, and Pat Prescott, and raised $20,000 in scholarships. This year, we're honoring Black Hollywood creatives who have used their artistic genius as climate justice champions. At this year's luncheon, we will be showcasing and sharing their inspiring work on our big screen. Plus, a scrumptious meal, live music, great company, and lots of fun with your favorite KBLA Talk 1580 hosts. So contact us today at info@smileyaudio.media.com or call 323-290-4690. That's info@smileyaudio.media.com or call 323-290-4690. We hope to see you Thursday, February 29th as we close out Black History Month. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your Black.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Legal Aid Foundation of Los Angeles is a nonprofit law firm that protects and advances the rights of the most underserved, leveling the playing field and ensuring that everyone can have access to the justice system. Every year, LAFLA provides free, high-quality legal services to more than 100,000 people living in poverty across greater Los Angeles. Their unique combination of neighborhood offices, self-help centers at courthouses, and domestic violence clinics puts Legal Aid Foundation of Los Angeles on the front lines in vulnerable communities and at the forefront of change. LAFLA's expert team of attorneys, paralegals, and support staff works to provide direct representation, offer counsel and advice, provide referrals, and educate the community about their legal rights through workshops and seminars. With locations all over LA, you can access their services or volunteer to help no matter where you live. And if you have an urgent issue, call 213-235-0060. That's 213-235-0060. To get legal help, make a donation, or volunteer, visit lafla.org. lafla.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Healing time, lends a hand that you get.
I know that many of you watching this video right now will have lost hope. Hope that your love life is going to turn out the way you want. Maybe even hope that your life is going to turn out the way you want. This video that I'm about to show you is about hope. It is taken from my live retreat, and it is not my story, it is the story of someone so beautiful, so resilient, so inspiring. And I want you to watch it all the way through, because I challenge you by the end of this video not to have a renewed sense of hope about what's possible in your life.
There was this one person on this program that called me up a couple of months back because she had had some things happen in her life since that program. And when she made that call, I heard it and I went, you gotta come back. You gotta come back, and I need you to tell other people what you've done, because wow. And so she came back this time, and I'm gonna bring her up here, and we're just gonna spend 5 minutes just talking about what she has done since, because her story is a very, very interesting one and so relevant to all of us. So, Angie, where are you? Oh, there she is, okay. Give it up for Angela, everybody. How you doing? All right. Come join us over here. So, what year did you come to the retreat? Do you remember? Was it 2011, 12?
2008.
What?
Yeah. Obviously, you've got your books on your lap. When we went to retreat on Florida, Matthew gave us a black leather binder book, and I see he has a black leather book on your desk. Yeah. I still have the same one. I still have the map. I still have everything. I've got it with me today, but I left it with my mum. She's somewhere on the cloud. And when I see the lady sitting with her book there, like, I've still got the flight stamp.
Wow.
I've still got, like, the wee increases that we kept from the elephant herd. Like, and it's, now that's 10 years or 8 years now.
Wow.
Now, that clip, it takes a minute to get going, but I want everybody to go look it up. It's called Lost Hope, The Message You Need Right Now, Matthew Hussey, Hussey, right? I want you guys to watch that video and see the rest of the story, or hear the rest of the story. Very powerful work. But let me tell you something. Love, unconditional love, true love, does not hope. Many times you hear me say love is synonymous with God, right? Well, in the Quran of the Islamic faith, in the Arabic language, they say, Allahu as-Samad. Allahu as-Samad. You know what that means in English? Allah is needless. Needless. Allah has no needs. And I believe the same. Christians would believe the same about God, about the Christian God, right? They're all one and the same, just different names, right? God is needless. But I believe love, unconditional love, is synonymous with what you call God. Do you understand? Hope implies a need. I'm sorry. See, when you have love, you don't hope for anything. And many relationships are loveless. Why? Because they're transactional. Why? Because usually your wounds are the things in your spirit that has the largest appetite. And your partner is like Ralph's or Kroger's or Aldi or Sprouts or Whole Food. Your significant other comes in with the spiritual groceries to feed the insatiable desire of your unrequited wounds. And so, while we starve, you know, those wounds can sometimes lie dormant, right? Piggly wiggly. those wounds can sometimes lie dormant, like, say, a large reticulated python, or say a South American anaconda, right? And what happens with these large reptilians, they don't have to eat all the time. They get one big meal and then they can sit quiet for almost a year. They can sit quiet. See, sometimes your wounds will sit quiet. And when they see somebody that they say, oh, they can feed me, the expectations are now being co-written by these unrequited wounds. The hope and the desire that somebody comes in and shows up the right way. When you fill your cup, listen to me, I'm going through this right now. When you learn that only you can fill your cup, those wounds start to heal. Do you understand? And when they heal, you start to radiate what you used to crave, what you used to expect, what you used to desire. I'm going to ask the question again. Hope deferred. Is your hope for the ideal relationship making you sick? That's tonight's topic. Let me get my first caller on the line. We've got Berta from Los Angeles. Get in here.
Hello.
Hey, how are you? What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Well, I'm blessed, and tonight's topic, I can understand how people would become a cynic. Did I say it correctly?
A cynic, yeah.
Well, yeah, because I felt that way at one time. I thought my picker was broken. It seemed like all the relationships I got in were with toxic people. And I was like, I'm a believer in God. I know about God's plan and relationships and how they're supposed to be. So I learned that from the Bible. I had a good pastor, a good teacher, theology in church, and learned about how relationships are supposed to be. So I didn't give up hope, but my hope was in the Lord, that one scripture the Bible talks about, he that findeth a wife findeth a good thing. Mm-hmm. And my hope was in that someone would find me that was good. Mm-hmm. And eventually that did happen for me. So that's my thoughts. I believe that women should not chase after a man. Let that man find you.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love your perspective. Thank you, Berta, for calling in. You brought Los Angeles in the building. We're so pleased to have LA shoot the show off from the top. We love it. We love it. We love it. The number to dial is 1-800-920-1580. I want to get your thoughts on it. Let me unpack one thing Berta said, and I thought it was interesting. She said she thought her picker was broken. Don't you realize your picker can never be broken, even when you get toxic situations? See, you think relationships don't need a detox? Well, let me flip it, invert it. You think spiritually you don't need a detox? One of the best ways to detox your spirit is to be in a relationship that's not giving you what you desire. Why? You know what comes up? Did I really want this? I asked for this. What am I asking for? How am I asking? Were my ideas about my ideal situation sound? See, sometimes you got to be in the relationship you want so you could learn that you really didn't want much for yourself. I'm sorry. That's how you recontextualize your ideas about yourself. That's how the wounds in you get exposed. I know people don't want to hear it that way. Listen, God made the universe so perfect. I mean, it is perfect. Even scientists call where we live the Goldilocks zone. You remember Goldilocks from the fairy tale, Goldilocks and the Three Bears? Listen, the universe is so perfect. How is your picker broken? Can I say it again? Your picker is your wounds. Your wounds are picking people. And everybody got wounds because everybody had everybody inherited a limited toolbox. Everybody had a limited caregiver. Now, some caregivers are better than others. I'm talking about your mama. I'm talking about your father. This is why psychologists and clinicians all over the world are writing books about mother and father wounds, right? Attachment theory, the whole nine. So don't think it escaped your household and you was raised perfect and all of a sudden you just started attracting bad people. My picker broken. That's one of the most nonsensical ideas in the relationship world today. Everything is divine. Listen to how I'm going to word this. Everything is divinely fine-tuned. You're going to get something out of every maladaptive situation if you're paying attention to yourself and how you show up. And if you don't judge yourself in the process of learning about yourself through the holographic reflective mirror that intimate relationships are. When I come forward, the voice of reason, I'm telling you right now, we're going to keep it lit. I got so much more to say.
He's on fire tonight. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. Fulton County DA Fonnie Willis unexpectedly showed up in her own hearing to determine if she should be tossed from former President Trump's Georgia election interference case. Willis, who is black, has been resisting a subpoena to testify, but has changed her mind. A Trump co-defendant says Willis should not serve as prosecutor due to an improper romantic relationship with her special prosecutor, Nathan Wade. South Carolina Representative James Clyburn is stepping down from his position as Assistant Democratic Leader of the House Democratic Caucus. Posting on X, the 83-year-old black congressman said he had informed House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries of his intentions. In the same post, he also announced he's still planning to run for re-election. Clyburn has represented South Carolina's 6th congressional district since 1993. That's the latest. I'm Amber Payton on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
Let Express Employment Professionals help you hire for contract or full-time jobs. Forget about posting jobs, sifting through resumes, and interviews with unqualified applicants. Go to expresspros.com to find the location near you. That's expresspros.com.
Climate is king.
At KBLA Talk 1580, we believe that caring for the community means caring about the climate. You might have heard that we announced a pretty bold 12-month, $2 million campaign to do 4 things. Increase climate literacy, turn up the volume on communities of color in the climate conversation, connect everyday people with the resources they need to survive and thrive, and highlight frontline climate justice crusaders of color throughout this year. KBLA Talk 1580 will be bringing you insightful interviews on all of our shows to help raise your climate IQ. Each quarter this year, we will also be hosting free climate events in various communities throughout the city with food, fun, and forward-thinking conversations. Thanks to partners like LADWP, Metro, Caltrans, the Sierra Club, the California Community Foundation, the California Endowment, AQMD, MWD, and more. You'll also be hearing more about a couple of national town halls broadcasting live from Los Angeles, to which you will be invited. And we'll be rolling out a robust social media campaign on all our platforms, as well well as an outdoor media campaign, all designed to educate, enlighten, and empower you in our fight for climate justice.
We want cleaner air.
Caring about the community means caring about the climate. At KBLA Talk 1580, we believe that we really can change the world if we care enough.
It's time to represent your community in the 2024 presidential primary election. When you vote, you get to decide what is best for you, your neighborhood, and your family. Use your power. Make a plan to vote today. Visit plan.lavote.gov. That's plan.lavote.gov to get everything you need to vote in the March 5th presidential primary election. Brought to you by the Los Angeles County Registrar.
City of Los Angeles landlords that own rent-controlled properties, you are now able to increase rents by 4% for your rent-controlled properties. An extra 1% per utility up to 6% can be added only if you pay the entire gas and electric bill. And don't forget to give your tenant an advance 30-day written notice for rent increases of less than 10%. It is state law. Learn more about the rent increase at housing.lacity.org. That's housing.lacity.org.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Linking social justice and climate justice all year long. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 believes in community empowerment through the arts. Tia Chucha Central Cultural is on a mission to transform community in the Northeast San Fernando Valley and beyond through ancestral knowledge, the arts, literacy, and creative engagement. The Northeast San Fernando Valley has a population of about 500,000, the size of the city of Oakland, yet it has no bookstores, art galleries, or full-fledged cultural spaces until Tia Chucha's opened its doors in 2001. Founded by renowned poet and activist Luis Rodriguez, Tia Chucha's Cultural Center provides a year-round free or low-cost arts and literacy bilingual intergenerational programming in mural painting, music, dance, writing, visual arts, healing art sessions, and healing talking circles. Activities also include Mexica, Aztec dance, indigenous cosmology, philosophy, and 2 weekly open mic nights, one in Spanish, the other in English. In addition, they host author readings, film screenings, and art exhibits. To express yourself, heal yourself, attend an event, or volunteer, please visit www.tiachucha.org. That's TIACHUCHA.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Just had a fight with my woman over something trivial told. We rarely have confrontation, and if the I said really was bold, I think she get it from my mama. Her bitterness passed down from old. When I'm calling out her drama, she too defensive to listen. I'll call so. Looking at, I got problems. You got the type of advice that I need. I couldn't get through on the mention Siri. Dana was hogging up the time that I need. Between working or being so clingy, what's the time zone difference? Don't make it more easy. Oh, so I figured I'd call in early. Turn my life down, mercy, I got through. You tuned in, yeah. So just lay back your mind. Something new. Everybody tuning in to soul. Cause he has a reason, yeah.
don't have a lot of faith in hope. Hope has never served me. Hope has never enriched my life. Hope has never changed my circumstances or given me peace of mind. Hope means to wish, and to wish means to want, and to want means to be attached to a particular expectation. An expectation almost always leads to disappointment. Often what we hope for, we take little action to obtain, if we take any action at all. But even if we do take action, to hope means that we're expecting a specific result. To be without hope means that if there is something you want to do or achieve or obtain, then you take whatever action is necessary, because action is much more powerful than wishful thinking. To be without hope means to be without expectation, to be willing to accept whatever happens, whatever comes, whatever the result, because even with specific action, the outcome is never certain. When we lean too much on hope, we tend not to take whatever action may be necessary to create the circumstances for which we hope. If we only hope and take no action at all, then all we're doing is wishing. And what good has wishing ever done? A person may wish that the next relationship will be better than the last, and yet make no effort to improve the very way in which they relate. It may be that the very reason their relationships are so difficult is because of their own personal issues, their own personal choices, their own limiting beliefs. But instead of addressing those issues, they will hope for something outside of themselves to change. They will wish for someone else to rescue them, but rarely will they make the effort to save themselves. A person may wish for better circumstances in life in terms of their job or finances, friendships, social or even political situations, but if all they do is hope, then what chance is there for anything to actually change? It's certainly possible that something could change without our contributing.
Ooh, do you agree or disagree with his treatise? I don't know. What are your thoughts? Get to your phone lines, 1-800-920-1580. You know I was going to bring Krishnamurti into this. You should know that by now. Krishnamurti, the great philosopher, says, "This is my secret. I don't mind what happens." Many people can't live at that level of consciousness and freedom. I don't mind what happens. This is my secret. I don't mind what happens. You may be rich. You may have all kinds of faculties. You may be a specialist, a great scientist, or a businessman. But at the end of your life, has all that been a waste? All the travail, all the sorrow, all the tremendous anxiety, insecurity, the foolish illusions that man has collected, all his gods, all of his saints, and so on. Has all that been a waste? You may have power, position, but at the end of it, what? Please, this is a serious question that you must ask yourself. Another cannot answer this question for you, but you must answer it yourself. See, many of us are hoping for a relationship Messiah, a relationship Savior, one who is anointed, who has the power to heal our unrequited wounds. That's what many people are looking for. You're going to come in and you're going to act according to what my wounds have dictated. At least that's my hope. Do you see? At least that's my hope. I hope somebody could come in and get it right. Don't you realize you got to get it right? Don't you realize it ain't going to get right until you get it right? I know this from my abject failure at it. I failed so many times in relationships. And I know the way out. And it's not through another. The way out is not through another. It is through self-reflection, self-acknowledgement, self-approval, self-esteem, self-worth, right? Self-acceptance. Everything you require for someone else to give you, you have the capacity to give to yourself. And I mean that, starting with unconditional love, unconditional acceptance, unconditional approval, unconditional forgiveness. You start giving these things to yourself, then you're going to have to ask the question, what do I need to hope for? Especially in regards to another. Hope is an intrinsic human quality that propels us forward, fuels our ambitions, and gives us a reason to strive for something better. This applies, right, with technical knowledge. You know what? If I stick to this regimen, I hope I will reach my goal. Well, yes, you can do that. If I stay dedicated to school, I hope I can graduate and get my bachelor's. Yes, you can do that. This applies to technical knowledge, but this does not apply to psychological knowledge. You cannot put your hope in someone or in something outside of yourself. You really can't. Don't we hope our children grow up and stay the course? Foolishly thinking the course we put them on was perfect or better than the course they could choose for themselves. Listen to what I'm saying. Come on now. We got callers on the line. I'm sorry. I went on a tangent. Forgive me. Carmen, San Francisco. Get in here. Carmen, you're on the line. Talk to us, Carmen.
That was quick. Hey, how are you?
I'm alive and well.
That's good. So, you know what? I was listening to you just now, how you're saying that the thought of just hoping and praying and hoping, to me, I look at it as like begging the universe to give you something that maybe you're not ready for. So I feel like, yeah. So maybe I think the best way to go about all of this relationship stuff is to be confident in the fact that either you're not ready for it, so it's not going to come, and maybe just to really grab onto life and live it as truthfully and as transparently as you can, and not to wither in the sadness and in the disillusion of not finding somebody else. Because I say it, I spent about a decade not dating. I just made a whole lot of friends. And it was really interesting because I just decided to stop looking. And it was a little lonely, but at the same time, it was really liberating to not be looking, to just live primarily for myself and not to wait for my other half to get to me. And because it does make you sick. I was feeling really depressed, living with a lot of toxic stuff at home, kind of lost. And so I just kind of let go and let the universe take care of it. A lot of people would look at this as letting God take the wheel. It takes a lot of work to release. Yeah, that's what I think.
My engineer asked a question. He said, were you still being pursued?
Yeah, I was. I still had a lot of people who pursued me. I didn't like these people. I just wasn't interested in the individuals that did pursue me. So like I said, I just made friends. I made friends. I hung out with different types of men, And I just made friends. I never actually committed to anyone or let them think that something was going to happen. And at the same time, it never actually did happen. So maybe the fact that I wasn't expecting anything from these individuals made the 10 years of not actually being with anyone a little bit easier, because I wasn't expecting a single thing. I was just living.
You know, I love
Yeah.
that. I love that, Carmen. Carmen, guess what you just did?
Brought my city to the billion.
You better know it, San Fran. Hey, next year, San Fran, we gonna win the whole thing. Yes, yes, yes. I appreciate the caller. Thank you so much for your insight, Carmen. When I come forward, you already know we got Houston, Texas. We got Minneapolis. The phone lines are ringing off the hook right now. I'm gonna get to all of you.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
LADWP is proud to partner with KBLA to share with you how to start the new year without bill worries. We're here to help if you're behind on your bill or need help staying current. Sign up anytime online for Level Pay to set predictable monthly payments throughout the year, including for past due amounts. You can also check out the special extended pay arrangements of up to 48 months to help pay down your bill. If you're a senior or income qualified, you may be eligible for Easy Save to receive discounts and also qualify for free and discounted energy and water saving devices. You can get up to $15,000 for past due water and or sewer bills and up to $3,000 for electric bills. But you gotta act fast. Funding is limited. You can reduce your past due bills and kick off the year right, because here at LADWP, we're here to help. Visit ladwp.com/cares today and find out more.
Substance use disorder and addiction is so isolating. And so, as a Black woman in recovery, hope must be loud. It grows louder when you ask for help and you're vulnerable. It is the thread that lets you know that no matter what happens, you will be okay.
When we learn the power of hope, recovery is possible. Find out how at startwithhope.com. Brought to you by the National Council for Mental Wellbeing, Shatterproof, and the Ad Council.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 believes in community empowerment. LA's 99 neighborhood councils form the grassroots level of the Los Angeles city government. The system was created to connect LA's diverse communities to City Hall. While neighborhood council board members are volunteers, they are also public officials elected to office by the members of their community. Neighborhood councils advocate on issues like homelessness, housing, land use, emergency preparedness, public safety, parks, transportation, and sustainability. They also provide local expertise on the delivery of city services to their various communities. Neighborhood councils are open to participation by anyone who is a part of the fabric of daily life in said community. This includes those who live, work, or own property or a business. If you are interested in stepping up to join your local neighborhood council, visit www.empowerla.org. That's empowerla.org. It's time to think globally, but act locally. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Within the evolution of my life, I told the road from liquid to solid. carriage to rocket. In no time at all, I paid my dues with sacrifice and learned degrees from Martin and Malcolm, Plato to Socrates. My mission is to lift and build the minds of my kindred, teach the children to listen with wisdom indeed. I waited till the time was right, mapping out my course of direction, perfecting my strategy.
The voice of reason and his playlist, man. I know Andy be looking at me like, okay, I see you, Zoe. That's Jack Herrera, right? Yeah. Look, Andy still want to hear something. I see you, Andy. I know you want to hear it. The voice of reason is on fire tonight. Listen, we got a great topic. And like I said, it's a heavy topic. But we have to cover it, man, because hope, right? We hope for the best. And I'm not saying hope is bad, but I'm saying let's use hope as a type of something creative for ourselves, right? I hope I find, this higher level within myself. I hope I heal myself of, or I hope I'm strong enough to demote the demands of my unrequited wounds. You demote them from the position of righting my relationship expectations, right? Maybe hope is for you internally. It shouldn't be an external desire, because I think, it'll raise the propensity to be disappointed. We got callers on the line. Let's get them in here. Andrew from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Get in here. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
First and foremost, man, I just want to tell you, man, look, I've been rocking with you since 2014, my man. You have got me through a lot of stuff, all right? But I'm going to be clear on this. The biggest thing that we have is people, like this shame that we carry, we are afraid to look at ourselves in the mirror. Something as minute, as simple as looking at yourself in the mirror and being honest with what you're looking at. It all starts from there as the root, to see your flaws and to be honest with your flaws. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because we want to turn a blind eye and then want to go to somebody else to tell me what I look like. Do you know what you look like? No, I'm asking figuratively. You know what I'm saying? Do you know what you look like? Because you will bypass your own objection of yourself to ask somebody else what they think about you. And that's what's wrong with the whole, yeah, man, the audacity.
Right, the unmitigated gall. Keep going.
There you go. Like, yo.
The temerity.
That's what's wrong with it. That's what's wrong with it. So, like, man, I can tell you a whole bunch of stories. I know we ain't got a lot of time, so I'm going to keep it short. But I'm going to be honest with you. I failed. I'm honest with my failures. I was in a marriage, my man, to the point where I realized I had a baggage coming through the door, but I didn't want to miss out on the opportunity to be married to the one that I thought was the one. She had everything that I thought that I needed. She did have everything that I needed, because I needed to learn everything that was wrong with me while going through it with her. I started fixing my problems a year after. I'm talking counseling and anything like your books. And learning more about spirituality, anything that I needed to do to sustain this, and it still wasn't good enough. Because I realized that I subjugated myself to a standard, and that standard don't even apply. And I had to be honest with myself to tell myself that we need to go without fear. All right? It's real easy for somebody else to tell us, hey, look, love yourself, when the real thing, and then you know what we do on the other end when we hear that? We're like, hey, how do I do that? How do I stop and say, okay, Andrew, I love you? and it doesn't even resonate until I get to the crux and get to the root of why I need to feel like that. So go without fear. Look at yourself in the mirror. Tell yourself the truth and don't lie.
Ooh.
That's all I got from
Andrew, guess what you just did, good brother?
Minneapolis in the building, baby.
You better know it, Minneapolis land. Hey, the land of many lakes where the Lakers originated from. Come on. If y'all want to get in here and cook like my brother just cooked it up, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. I want to get Reggie in here. Reggie from Austin, Texas. Get in here. But let me just say, Reg, you up against the clock. I'm going to have to carry you over. So get going, and then I'm going to interrupt you. Go ahead, brother.
Okay. I think the power of the whole word hope is in how you define it. And if I define it for myself instead of being defined by society, then I get more power out of that word. Hope is not idle. Hope is dynamic. So there's a difference between idleness and stillness. The power is in the stillness. It's not in the idleness. Idleness is just you spinning your wheels. It's you being passive. It's you having this scarcity mindset. Dynamic hope is you actively working on your behalf. It's you working from a position of, okay, I have what I need, but I'm just trying to maximize what I have. That's the difference between one and the other. And I define that for myself, not by the world's definition of it.
Wait, hold on. Hold on.
Yeah.
Dynamic hope. Man, Reggie is in here on fire. When we come forward, Reggie, I want you to break it down even more. The difference between dynamic hope and what would be its opposite. Come on.
So let's party. Let's party.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Amber Payton. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. Fulton County DA